He survived 7 years behind bars. With fame, it hit him harder than any fade he ever caught. Dody 6, he was supposed to be up next. Born in the heart of South Central Los Angeles and raised in the deadly territory of the Rollin 40 Crips, he fought through the streets, prison, and pain, and still made the city listen. The Kendrick Lamar feature, it should have been his ticket out. Instead, it became just another chapter in a story filled with tragedy, missed chances, and survival. This is the rise, the fall, and maybe the rebirth for Dody 6. Let's get into it.
Yeah. But you got to keep in mind, Dody has spent the majority of his life
in jail.
Incarcerated.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. But all his albums came out while he was incarcerated.
He was not mentally prepared for this moment.
But hold on.
I'm finna crash the whip. I don't give a fuck. I'll buy another one on the day, homies, nigga. How many whips I done crashed, nigga? This shit regular, nigga. I drive crazy, nigga. This is me, nigga. They said my fucking head hit this shit. Hey, what are we doing? Am I getting told? I want to get this told. All right, I'm finna leave. Hey, get somebody get us Uber. We out of here. That's my forehead, bro. That's crazy, bro. Damn.
The boy needs help. Yeah?
The boy needs help. You hear that, bro?
That song, nigga, that song with Kendrick ain't changed shit, nigga. The fuck is that change, nigga? I'm still from 40, nigga. I'm still over here, nigga. You act like a nigga got $1 million for that shit, nigga.
Dody 6 was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, particularly off of 2nd Ave and 48th Street, which sits in the territory of one of the most notorious gangs in Los Angeles, the neighborhood Rollin 40 Crips. Initially, Dody, he tried to stay away from the gang life, but with his dad being a prominent figure from the Rollin 40 Crips, his ties to this gang was established at a young age. Being raised in the 40 Crips area, he grew up with a lot of kids who became prominent members from this gang, had multiple family members from here, and seen a lot of death and violence at an early age. So through his environment, naturally, he started being heavily attached to the neighborhood Rollin 40 Crips. So by the time he was in his early teens, he was already from this gang. These close ties, they were apparent from the jump. And through these ties, he had some great moments, but they also caused a lot of issues for him, including extensive juvenile, jail, and prison time. Through that time in the system, of course, Dody 6 was catching faves, programming, and representing this gang, but that's not all he was doing while locked up. Before Dody went in and do a 7-year bid, he recorded several music videos and different songs. And it went crazy in LA, catching the buzz quick with people all over the city bumping his music. So once Dody found out he was getting traction with his videos, he quickly shifted his focus towards the music. This is why you gotta commend bro. Because once locked up, a lot of niggas just sit there waiting to get out. It's no growth, no plots on what they will do once they get out, or no ambition at all. And if you that do manage to be productive, are either limited to how much success they can achieve while locked up, or don't know how to go about making the right moves, especially when it comes to music and production. Like most incarcerated rappers who make music and videos, let's just face it, about 99.9% of them are fucking trash when it comes to the quality of both the music and the videos they make while locked up. But Dody 6 music and his videos was on a whole nother level compared to theirs. That's pretty much in every regard too. His lyrics were catchy due to his gang shit out, but still melodic flow. On top of that, relatable to a lot of gang members and people in the street. And most importantly, this nigga Dody, he can rap. He's not like most of these run-of-the-mill rappers you see trying to make a name for themselves. Dody definitely always had and still has bars today.
I'm geeking all night, banker left to banker right. When I catch him, it's on sight. Chip star just sent the kite. Why they kill the ones we like? Give a fuck about the price. Said I'ma buy the whole pint. Smoking cookie like I'm Smokey Dodo Bird, cause I'm Dody.
That and a bunch of high-quality videos he dropped while in prison helped him maintain and even gain more attention from Los Angeles and beyond. All of Dody's rise, at least locally, occurred while he was serving a 7-year bid. So by the time he got out of prison, Dody 6 wasn't just a prominent member for the neighborhood Rollin 40 Crips. He was now a known underground rapper in Los Angeles. And while the city had been buzzing about Dody for a couple years at this point, once he was released from prison, his public attention, clout, and microscope on him was all new, which most, including myself, think greatly contributed to his current status. From his teenage years up until the age of 26, Dody spent most of his time locked up, isolated from the real world, having to adapt to the daily politics of prison, where one wrong move could end in your fatality. And most importantly, he wasn't able to experience living and maturing in the real world. But Dody could rap his ass off and had numerous bangers, like Truth Be Told,
We are not the same, this pain turned me insane. I've been locked up in the cannons, playing games with my brain, but I just look at it like, fuck it, it's more rank for my name. I gave my life to my gang, unlike these other weird niggas.
Not average.
Not your average nigga, you feel my presence when I'm stepping in. Bum bitch, killer, get a bag of me, my left hand. My ex bitch foul, she the type to fuck my best friend. My new bitch, sick, she make 3 bands off of one dance.
Section.
You ain't no nigga, I'll tell section, you ain't press nothing. When the hill was at war, you ain't come and scratch nothing. And if I throw my dog a bone, he don't go and fetch something. You the type to hit the station and confess something, little boy.
And a lot of other fire music to go with those. So the assumption was that once he would get out, we'd end up being successful in this field. And within a few days of his release, he recorded several classic songs, music videos, and even went on a great promo run doing several interviews, including a big one with No Jumper. For the public, they were finally able to get a glimpse of the real Dody. And through that, a lot of people thought his big break was right around the corner. But once Kendrick Lamar featured him on his GNX album, on his Hey Now track, Dody 6's trajectory seemed to be to the moon, gaining national attention for his verse. The Kendrick cosign, a career-changing moment?
Like literally since 2020, I've been hearing Kendrick Lamar asked about you, like certain homies, the homie Doughburger, rest in peace. Shit, yeah, one day my phone kept blowing up. Hey, he looking for you, Kendrick looking for you. Different hoods, like 5 different hoods called me in one day. Like, hey, Kendrick looking for you. Like, I'm like, all right, like where you at? Like, everybody,
I'm right here.
I'm right here. And shit, long story short, I pulled up and we got it done.
The collaboration between Kendrick Lamar and Dody 6 on GNX was a moment that many believe would alter the trajectory of Dody 6's career forever. Featured on the standout track Hey Now, Dody 6's raw and authentic delivery caught the attention of millions. And with GNX debuting #1 on the Billboard charts, the exposure Dody 6 received was unprecedented for an underground artist previously known only in the local Los Angeles circles. This collaboration placed him on a global stage almost overnight, creating both massive opportunity and unexpected pressure. Following the release of GNX, Dody 6's streaming numbers skyrocketed by an astonishing 110%. Tracks he released years earlier began receiving new attention, and his social media following exploded. For the first time, Dody 6 was seeing a type of numbers usually reserved for major label artists. This sudden influx of popularity, it demonstrated how powerful a cosign from an artist like Kendrick Lamar can be. However, it also exposed the gap between visibility and tangible career achievement.
That song with Kendrick ain't changed shit, nigga. The fuck is that change, nigga? I'm still from 40s, nigga. I'm still over here, nigga.
Dody 6, he struggled to convert the attention into financial stability. Without a strong team around him, no major label support, no experienced management, he found himself unprepared to capitalize on a moment. Record labels, they didn't immediately line up with offers, and brand endorsements failed to materialize. Dody 6, whose lifestyle was already unstable before the feature, was thrust into an even more chaotic situation, now under a magnified spotlight.
At what point do we have to say to ourselves, we may have to move a little different?
Oh, when life throws them bullets at you, like when life, you go through certain situations. Certain situations push you in. That's what, you know, certain people don't go through that purpose. Certain people's life is good. They don't ever have problems to have to even think like that.
The downward spiral of Dody 6. Personal tragedies and substance abuse.
What's your words for the people out there that are going to be paying extremely close attention to everything you have going on from here?
It's a movie, no actors, dead homies, this motherfucker sick. It's going crazy though.
Compounding his challenges were personal tragedies that deeply affected his mental health. Dody 6 lost his newborn son shortly after the release of GNX, a devastating event that would have crippled even the most seasoned artists.
I might be Sax, I lost my son. Nigga, it's more than that going down. Nigga, it's a lot of going on y'all know about, nigga. Y'all ain't been knowing about, nigga. Y'all know about my whole life, nigga. All y'all know is a song, bitch.
Honestly, this is understated a lot when it comes to his current self-destructive behavior. A loss like that could cause a lot of mental damage that's hard to bounce back from. When my daughter passed last year, bruh, that shit fucking broke me. I wasn't motivated. I was crashing out on any and everybody, regardless of our relationship. I was smoking way more, drinking way more, having meaningless sex. Well, the last part, it ain't too bad, but you get the point. I was looking for anything to numb the pain. I was trying to cope, but fully didn't understand the pain I was trying to get over. But looking from the outside into Dody 6's situation and behavior, that reminds me of what I went through. And truth be told, the majority of people wouldn't understand that type of pain. But more importantly, 99% of people who go through this pain of losing a kid are not equipped with the tools to overcome such a traumatic experience. And as tough as this kid tries to come across to people who don't know him, he's still human. But the biggest difference is his sudden celebrity status. I was able to basically disappear from the world until I could properly heal. But Dody Sixth, who served 7 years in prison and hasn't even been out for a whole year at this point, was thrusted into the spotlight.
What age did you catch the case that got you the 7 years?
18. I had just got a camp. 18. Like,
oh shit! So you're newly an adult.
Yeah, I ain't never been a grown man on the streets for like I never bought no alcohol, nigga. I never.
You got to remember, this kid spent most of his adult life incarcerated. He barely has been home.
He's giving out a lot of excuses, bro.
I mean,
You just said he did 6 years. How old is he?
no, he's like 25, 26, and he's been locked up since he was 18. And he's literally been home for like 8 months.
And with the streaming numbers jumping by 110%, it was now clear that everything he did was under a microscope. On top of that, he's now in a world where the media will definitely praise you if you're making the right moves. But one slip up, and they're the first ones to tear you down. Look, I get it. It's content. I'm making this video on it myself. But the majority of content I've seen so far don't understand the situation, nor are they even trying to. It's pretty much people who see the surface level of what's going on when he posts or go live. And that's the video. It's no in-depth discussion on why he may be doing this self-destructive shit. They're all pretty much just bashing this kid. But hey, you're here for the unbiased truth, and that's what I'm gonna give y'all every time. Anyway, struggling with grief and lacking emotional support, Dody Sixth found himself spiraling. The highs of his career, they clashed violently with the lows of his personal life, creating a volatile emotional state that played out in real time across social media.
Get sober and focused. No, nigga. For life, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? Then y'all acting like a nigga doing some hard drugs, nigga. I don't know what these chat niggas talking about meth, nigga. Out of here and suck a nigga. I do perks, lean, never nigga. I'm doing Molly, Adderall. I don't know.
And the masses, they couldn't take their eyes off of him. Here's the thing, in this country, they've always had a love affair with black pain and suffering from its foundation, with people gathering around for lynchings at the church to watch body burns in the 1900s. And today, while we're not hanging from trees anymore, it's still often metaphorical lynchings. And that occurs daily in the USA. And this digital era makes viewing our suffering a lot easier. Like already mentioned, his son passed away around the same time that Kendrick Lamar's GNX album was released. So as his streaming numbers continued to reflect his newfound fame, Dody began engaging in erratic behavior online.
I'm the sickest tweaker out here on the streets. Damn.
Only animal in the wild ate their young. Help. Yeah? That's it.
The boy needs help. Yeah.
On top of all that, his antics online only made him look worse publicly, especially when he started going live intoxicated, which got to the point to where people are alleging that he's now doing meth. After these posts, the public perception that a lot of local underground artists get, it was out the window. He wasn't that mysterious rapper who the world was dying to know. He could no longer sit behind the side of an untouchable figure from his gang or someone getting him money, fucking bitches, and living life. Now the world knew how vulnerable he was. And if you know how wicked LA can get and how unforgiving social media is, you know this was a horrible position to be in. The sad part is he was completely unaware of this. But the thing that really turned the public against Dody was his diss towards the guy who helped get him in such a prominent position, Kendrick Lamar. Social media outburst. Just blame it on Kendrick.
Yeah, tell Kendrick tap in. The Illuminati's looking for me. And I don't give a fuck, nigga. That song with Kendrick ain't changed, nigga. The fuck is that change, nigga? I'm still from 40s, nigga. I'm still over here, nigga. You act like a nigga got $1 million for that nigga. The nigga, all that shit, nigga got some clout, nigga. And clout, nigga.
In the beginning of April, Dody goes on social media expressing his disappointment that his collaboration with Kendrick Lamar didn't change his circumstances, stating, that fucking song ain't changed shit. Now, at this point, he didn't criticize Kendrick Lamar directly, but on a No Jumper podcast, he texted Adam to let the world know that he was on meth and said that Kendrick was a bitch.
Text Adam and he was like, he said, post that shit down. Why you not answering, bro? Adam said, I'm busy, whole day booked up. Let me know what you got to say. I'm going to say it on the news at 12. Bro, post it. I'm on meth. I don't give a Post Dody is on meth and say K-Dot is a bitch and ain't tapping in.
He's apparently on meth. I thought that was a secret. I thought that was just insider information.
Yeah, mething around.
I thought I had just been informed that he was on meth and that was like a secretive thing. He starts announcing it to the world. When he called me yesterday, it was blatantly obvious that he was on whippets.
So, okay.
Doing method, man, he doing whippets.
He's doing meth and whippets. So, mix it all up.
So through that conversation and the one before, it was speculated that he was accusing Kendrick of abandoning him after the feature and airing out grievances about the lack of financial success to follow. Either way, these outbursts often broadcasted live via live streams, shifted public perception.
I'm finna crash the whip. I don't give a I'll buy another one on the day, homies, nigga. You know how many whips I done crashed, nigga? This shit regular, nigga. I drive crazy, nigga. This is me, nigga. We good. Baby good. Damn, homies. Talking about, nigga. The fuck. I'm not going to no hospital, nigga. Out of here, nigga. They said my head hit this shit. Hey, what are we doing? Am I getting told? I want to get this told.
We're just waiting for CSP to show up.
All right, I'm gonna leave.
Many fans who initially saw him as a promising new voice begin to view him as unstable or ungrateful, regardless of the context of his pain. Ironically, the very exposure that boosted Dody 6's streaming numbers also contributed to his public unraveling. This heightened attention, it meant that every mistake, every emotional outburst was amplified and dissected. The internet, which once celebrated him, quickly turned critical. And in an era where artists are often judged harshly for vulnerability, Dody 6's struggles made him a target for ridicule instead of a recipient for compassion. Despite this, there remains a core group of fans who sees Dody's situation for what it is: the tragic outcome of an industry that often elevates artists without preparing them for the consequences.
The reason why Chike was able to capitalize so well off of that moment is because he already had the infrastructure. He already had management. He had all this in place. Now, I guarantee every single person that was on that album got reached out by dozens of A&Rs and had a lot of his potential opportunities. But you got to keep in mind, Dody has spent the majority of his life incarcerated.
His 100% increase in streaming numbers proved that there was and still is an audience for his music. But success in the music industry, it requires way more than just raw talent and numbers. It commands resilience, strategic support, and sometimes sheer luck. Unfortunately, Dody had little to none of the infrastructure needed to survive fame's cruel double-edged sword. Dody 6's public apology to Kendrick Lamar, a turning point and a tumultuous chapter. In a moment that caught the entire hip-hop community off guard, Dody 6 took to social media with a raw, unfiltered apology. Not to the fans, not to the press, but directly to Kendrick Lamar. After weeks of public tension and heated words, Dody 6 admitted the truth. Kendrick, he had done nothing wrong. Issuing an apology, stating, "I want to publicly apologize to Kendrick Lamar for calling cuz a bitch. He's far from that, and he did nothing but bless me in my life." The earlier shots fired were not about real beef. It's about Dody 6's own internal struggles. The earlier shots fired, that shit was not about real beef, but about Dody's own internal struggles. Struggles he had until that moment refused to confront. His voice cracked as he spoke, hearing a bare, painful admission. "I let my own demons talk louder than my respect for a legend." The apology, it wasn't rushed nor published by a PR team. It was messy, human, and strikingly vulnerable. Dody 6 detailed how anger, insecurity, and an unbearable weight of fame distorted his perception. He also praised Kendrick's constant support, recalling private encouragements that the public had never seen. For the first time in months, Dody stepped out of the role of a combative artist and into something much more rare in this industry: the role of a man owning his mistakes without any excuses. The fans' reaction, though, it was quick and deeply divided. Longtime supporters praised the honesty, flooding the comment sections with messages of forgiveness and hope. They recognized the courage it takes to apologize in front of millions. Others, burned by recent controversies, remained skeptical, viewing the apology as a survival tactic rather than a true awakening. Across the board, however, the conversation shifted. Where there once had been pure anger, there was now at least room for dialogue, for consideration, for the possibility of a change. In terms of public image, the impact was undeniable. The apology humanized Dody 6 in a way that no amount of marketing or new music could ever. News outlets that had once written him off as a cautionary tale now ran headlines about growth, redemption, and second chances. Even fellow artists, many of whom, with the exception of Lefty Gunplay, had distanced themselves during the height of this controversy, began to re-engage, liking posts, dropping comments, signaling that Dody 6 might not be permanently out of the fold after all. Ultimately, Dody 6's apology to Kendrick Lamar wasn't just about one feud, it was about breaking a cycle of pride and self-destruction in a culture that often rewards bravado over vulnerability. Dody 6 chose the harder road. Whether he fully rebuilds his career remains to be seen. But one thing is for certain, in that moment of humility, he reclaimed something more important than chart position. He reclaimed his humanity. Dody 6 in a double-edged sword of social media.
My my chain, cuz. They robbed me, cuz. I got robbed, bro. That's why I'm tripping, bro. They took my chains, fool. That hurt. I'm dead homies. Yeah, I'm playing a very dangerous game. I about this nigga on my mama. The nigga, I'm not no weirdo, nigga. I would die about this on my mama, nigga.
On top of the previous issues he had with Kendrick Lamar, in recent weeks, Dody 6 is taking to platforms like Instagram and TikTok to share his deeply personal updates, including him currently being homeless and frustrations with the music industry.
Power 106, you hit me if I need you, nigga. For that, nigga, play my song on the radio, nigga. DJ Wavy, play my on the radio right now. That's what I need you to do, bro.
These raw admissions sparked a wave of reactions online. Some fans, they praise his honesty and vulnerability, while others, they criticize him for publicly airing out grievances and seemingly blaming Kendrick Lamar for his struggles. Dody's situation underscores the broader implications of artists sharing personal issues online. On one hand, it humanizes them and makes them foster a sense of authenticity. On the other hand, it can lead to public scrutiny and affect their professional relationships. The immediacy of social media means that once something is posted, it can quickly spiral out of control, as seen in Dody's case. Dody 6's use of social media has definitely been a double-edged sword. While it allowed him to share his music, his truth, and connect with fans on a deeper level, it also exposed him to criticism and complicated his public image. His experience, it serves as a cautionary tale for artists navigating the digital age, highlighting the need for balance between authenticity and discretion. Dody 6's comeback. How he could flip the script.
If he just disappears and gets right and comes back strong with a strong project with money put into it, he has potential to flip the script on this whole situation.
Dody 6 is at a crossroads right now. His talent is obvious. The guy can wrap circles around most of the game, but controversy has definitely knocked him off his course. Still, in today's culture, people love a comeback, almost as much as they love a downfall. If Dody 6 plays it smart, taps into some real humility, and stays true to what made the fans love him in the first place, there's a real shot of redemption. The public, they forgive him way worse, especially when an artist owns up to it and shows real growth. First step, Dody, he has to face the mess head on. No slick PR statements, no half apologies. People see through that shit. A raw, honest conversation, whether in an interview, a freestyle, or even in a documentary, would do more to win the people back than any fancy rebranding campaign. If he shows he learned something and he's not just brushing it off, the people, they're gonna listen. Next, he needs to show up for his community in a real way. Not saying he needs to do community service, but representing your area, making you and the people in it look good in the long run. Fans, they want to see the growth and not just hear about it. Actions, they're gonna speak louder than any song he drops right now. Speaking of music though, that's Dody 6's ultimate weapon. Dropping a fire album, one that's honest, vulnerable, and still banging, it changed the whole conversation. The people, they love the story of redemption, especially when it's wrapped in great art. But the music has to be real. If it feels fake or like he's trying too hard, it could definitely backfire, especially in LA. Bottom line, Dody 6's career isn't over unless he acts like it is. He's got the skills and the platform. If he faces the music, puts in the work, and stays real to his fans, he can come back stronger than ever. In a world that's quick to cancel, but just as quick to crown a comeback king, Dody 6's next move define not just his career, but his legacy. The price of fame. A reflection on Dody 6 and the world watching. Fame, it looks like a dream from the outside. Bright lights, sold out shows, millions hanging on to your every word. For artists like Dody 6, fame is heavier than it looks. It's not just the music, it's not just the fans, it's the pressure, the expectations, the microscope you can't get away from. Every mistake is a headline, every struggle becomes a spectacle. And when you need help the most, the world is often there. Not with open arms, but with a camera phone, a tweet, or cancellation. Dody 6 didn't lose talent, he didn't lose his voice, but personal battles, they don't disappear just because people are chanting your name. Sometimes fame pours gasoline on wounds that never got a chance to heal. Behind every single, it's a human fighting battles no chart will ever show you. We celebrate the success stories, but we rarely stick around for the messy part. And the internet, it makes it way worse. One bad moment caught online, and you're no longer a person. Everyone gets an opinion, everyone gets a judgment. But how many of us actually take a second to care? To ask, what's going on behind the scenes though? Mistakes, they matter, yeah. But what about growth? What about the chance to be better? Dody 6's fall reminds us that we can't just cheer when they rise and then vanish when they stumble. Artists, they're not machines just built for our entertainment. They're people. Messy, imperfect, and deserving of second chances just like the rest of us. And maybe if we spent less time tearing them down and more time creating spaces for healing, we have more comebacks and fewer tragedies. This isn't this Dody Six's story. It's a mirror held up to all of us. And the question is, when the next artist falls, will we lift them up or will we just watch? Y'all stay safe or dangerous out there.